I'm Nicole Alexander, obviously. I entered the First Phorm athlete search because I wanted to take a stab at something as far as like a dream of mine, I guess. Take a stab at it and see what happens, where it takes me in the event that I would win, and kind of go from there. To start, I guess, I came across First Phorm from a former college classmate and friend, Jake Arvold. He he was pretty big into CrossFit at the time and still is. I mean, but it wasn't really my thing, so I was just kind of like, oh, whatever, you know. But the more I kept reading into First Phorm and following it and following him, I came to understand it and took a liking to it. He had a challenge, the Transformation Challenge, way back in, I think it was February of last year, maybe, or end of January, I can't remember. So I signed up for it. I was at a point in life where I had just moved back to the Midwest from Arizona. My boyfriend and I were at a very rocky spot, so I was starting to become a little depressed and losing my way with workouts. So I figured, why not try and enter a challenge? It'll hold me accountable since I'm having a hard time holding myself accountable. So I entered, and I was liking it. I was really liking the workouts. I loved that it was free. It was easy to follow, pretty self-explanatory. If I had questions, I'd ask Jake, and he was quick to answer and respond to me, which was awesome. From that point, I had more questions on the supplements, the products, you know, what should I be doing more of? And so then I started purchasing, I think my first purchase was the post-workout stack, which was amazing, by the way, and still is, obviously. But probably the best choice I ever made, because my post-workout nutrition regimen never really existed. I didn't realize how important that little window was after you work out, and the importance of getting protein in right away. So I would say in the last probably 6 to 7 months, I've learned a lot about supplements in general that I never knew. Before the challenge that I took on under Jake, I didn't really know that much about supplements. I knew about protein. I feel like that's a basic one to educate yourself on, but I didn't know anything about, you know, like the micronutrients as far as the microfactor and the greens and the benefits of all that. I thought it was just a bunch of crap, to be honest, because I was like, why can't you just eat food, you know? But the more I studied it and researched, I realized, you know, you can't get everything from your food no matter how hard you try, especially if you're putting a lot of training time, intense training time. Your body is like starving for all that good nutrients, and you can't get it all from your food, especially nowadays since a lot of things are processed. But there's still good food out there, don't get me wrong. Anyways, I did the challenge, I liked it, so I did it again. And then I had a random person on Instagram reach out to me, and they're like, hey, you should try and become a Legionnaire. And I was like, what, you know, what's a Legionnaire? They're like, well, you know, they explained it to me, and I was like, okay, cool. So I sent my application for the Legionnaire, and I got asked to do a phone interview, which was actually at my last job, before the job I have right now. I took a lunch break and took the call and talked to Sean McDonough, and I was sweating bullets before the phone interview. I was like, oh my god, like, they're gonna interview me, this is pretty serious, like, I gotta know what's it. But no, it was pretty laid back, and I was super stoked when they said that I got to be a Legionnaire and how it worked. And you know, I've done the whole Herbalife thing. It's not like it's Herbalife and other companies, definitely multi-level marketing companies, not my thing. I don't like the stress of having to sell, because that's not who I am. I want to lead by example and show people how it works. That's easy for me. Selling something to someone, not really my thing, especially like the typical car salesy thing that they have you do, just not really my style. And you know, once I found out what I had to do in order to be a Legionnaire and how to, you know, buy products, sell products, that sort of thing, it was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh, like, weight off my shoulders. I don't have to be stressed out about selling so much or not selling enough. And so since then, that's been awesome. I've put on, let's see now, 1, 2, 3 challenges. Not always the biggest group of people that I have that sign up for my challenges, but that doesn't mean that I don't take that focus and put it towards the people that did sign up and make sure that they are getting everything out of it that they can get, with it being free and access to me and other coaches through Phorm. A little background about where I'm at today. Actually, when I got the Legionnaire interview at my last job actually was who let me go, which is kind of shitty, but it is what it is. I guess hindsight, I think it's a blessing in disguise, because the job I have now is amazing. I love it, and I am actually thankful that my old boss let me go. But I work at for a community center in Barron, Wisconsin, which most of you have probably heard. Barron has been put on the map in 2 different viewpoints. One being a loss of a family very close to the community, and then on the higher, more positive end of the scale, Chris Cruzy, who is on the show called The Voice. He's currently in the top 8, so Barron's definitely been on the map lately. But anyways, I work at the Barron Area Community Center in Barron, Wisconsin. I am the membership sales and fitness coordinator there. I am also I provide personal training, and I'm a group fitness instructor for 2 classes, which is a lot of fun. I have a lot of interesting people in my 2 different classes, so that's fun to see all the different training types that I get with that. I think the hardest thing though with trying to incorporate, if I were to try and incorporate Phorm with my classes, is just the cost. It's a smaller community, there's not always a whole lot of extra income to throw at supplements, but they love that there's a challenge out there for them that they can join. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I had lost my previous job, but before that I ended up back in Wisconsin, moving home from Arizona. Like I said, when I joined the challenge under Jake, I was at a very low point in life, depressed. Let's be honest, I live with my boyfriend in his parents' basement, so winning $50,000 wouldn't be all that bad, to be honest. The money thing is pretty obvious how I would use that. There's a multitude of avenues that I could use that 50 grand for, but ultimately I would like to invest it back into helping people see that not only Phorm is a great company to purchase from, but that it's helped me grow as a person. It's given me a more positive avenue in life. It's provided me with things that make me happy, as far as getting to work out and inspire and share that with other people in the world. I think people have been exposed to a lot of multi-level marketing companies so much that when someone asks a simple question, what's on Facebook, I see people ask that I know that work for multi-level marketing companies like Herbalife, let's be honest, or the wrap thing that wrap around your body to make you lose weight, whatever. I don't get it, but it's called It Works, or I don't really know. Anyways, they put out a question and they comment, and all of a sudden that person's gonna message them and basically try to sell them. But I feel like people have been so exposed to that, and they lose sight of people that are truly trying to help you. And when I get people to sign up for the challenge, I feel like they're expecting me to sell them on products. And the first thing I tell them is, I could care less if you buy anything from me through Phorm. I would love it if you did, because I stand by their products 110%. I think it's awesome, and I think you'll really benefit from them. But I'm here to help you first and foremost, any way that I can, to change your diet, help you with exercises, give you new stuff if your exercises are getting boring, whatever I can do to help. I'm not here to sell you on a product. I don't want you to buy anything if you don't want to. I will show you where it will benefit you, and if you like it, then buy it. But I feel like people nowadays are so pressured and see the negative effects of companies trying to sell them versus help them, and it gets a little frustrating at times because I have to compete with that a lot here, but it's alright. I just keep doing me. So I'm super excited to keep being in the first Phorm athlete search right now. There's a lot of other great people out there that definitely I would pick over me, but who is to say that I don't bring something different than they do? But I love helping people. I love inspiring them, especially the younger group, like younger female population. I went to school at Stout and I played college basketball there for 4 years, and then after that I wanted to do something more challenging, so I figured I would endure doing a bikini competition. Little did I know I knew nothing about it. Yeah, anyways. But mostly for the experience, so that if I ever got a client or someone in the future that was like, hey, you know, what can I do this? What if I did this? I could give them insight, basically. And then now I actually am training for my first powerlifting meet in January, which I'm pretty excited about. It's going to be great. My goal is 300-pound deadlift and 135 bench and squat, going for 200. We'll see. I think the deadlift for sure. The other two I'm a little hesitant on, but I think I'll be fine. But I'm excited for the first Phorm athlete search, and I can't wait to see how everyone else is doing in the search, and can't wait to see who gets picked. Thank you.